So the Chiefs travel to Houston to play the Texans this upcoming Sunday on Sunday Night Football. When the schedule first came out, I'm pretty sure a lot of people thought, God, what a boring matchup. But Kareem Hunt has completely changed the Chiefs. He makes them fun to watch, and Deshaun Watson did the same thing for the Texans. So all of a sudden, it is a good matchup. Yeah, a lot of people are probably gonna want to watch for the first time. People actually want to watch the Chiefs and the Texans. So I said in my previous video that I was fully expecting the Chiefs to go 4-0. That they were going to handily beat the Redskins. And yes, they did win. But they didn't dominate how I thought. They won realistically 23-20. But Justin Houston got a garbage time touchdown on the whole backyard football style, whatever, that the Redskins were doing. So the Chiefs didn't look that dominant. And I think that if the Redskins didn't suffer all those injuries on the defensive side of the ball, the Chiefs could be 3-1 right now. So whatever, let's move on. Texans versus Chiefs. Let's start off with the Chiefs offensive line versus our defensive line and front seven. So the Chiefs offensive line, what I noticed is their interior line is bad. It's really bad. The Redskins were getting a lot of pressure up front, and most of that was rookie Jonathan Allen, and he's a rookie, so there's that. The tackles were alright. They held up alright against the Redskins, but the Redskins don't have Merciless and Clowney. And Jonathan Allen is not J.J. Watt. So I totally expect our front seven to dominate their offensive line. I expect Kareem Hunt to be limited for the first time all season. We have a pretty good run defense. As you guys know, we held the top rushing attack in check last week versus the Titans. So I feel like we could do the same and limit Kareem Hunt. We can probably get way more pressure than the Redskins did. Most of the Redskins' pressure came from down the middle, and Alex Smith would then scramble. So Whitney Merciless, Jadeveon Clowney, you guys have to play disciplined, because Alex Smith will scramble, and he is faster than he looks. He's a dangerous runner. So Merciless Clowney, you got to play disciplined. And Watt, I expect J.J. Watt to take over the game. I honestly do. I expect him to stop the run, harass Alex Smith. So that's how I expect it to be, in the trenches when it's our defense versus their offense. Now, Tyreek Hill, man. The guy terrifies me. He is a monster. I know he didn't do much against the Redskins, but the guy is just a big play waiting to happen. And I'm not sure any of our corners are capable of keeping him in check. So watch out for him. They also have, other solid receivers like Wilson, Conley, and of course Travis Kelce, who I also think we don't have anything that can stop him. So I don't know. I feel like their weapons outclass our secondary, but our front seven outclasses their offensive line and running game, I feel like. So now we move on to the defensive side of the ball. Their defense, that is. Chris Jones, Benny Logan, two big, strong, powerful guys, and you guys already know. Suafilo, Jeff Allen aren't very good. So this is really worrisome. And then you got to consider that they also got Justin Houston. And I don't think D Ford is playing. I think he might be hurt because he didn't play last week against the Redskins. So there's that. There's also Tom O'Holly, who didn't play. I don't know why. And of course, you got Derek Johnson, who I think is a solid player still. I fully expect their front seven to dominate our offensive line and probably shut down our running game. Because the Redskins do have a pretty solid offensive line, and that's why they were able to get the running game going. And that's something we lack. But one thing I did see about the Chiefs is, now that D Ford is gone, or he's hurt, they lack speed. And Watson should be able to scramble a lot against these guys. Kirk Cousins, who isn't really known for running, had a lot of success late in the fourth running against them. So there's that. Their secondary, of course, they're missing Eric Berry, Marcus Peters, Mitchell. Mitchell was getting targeted all game, but Marcus Peters was the one that allowed 2 touchdowns. I feel like DeAndre Hopkins can totally beat this guy. He's a guy that gets manhandled by physical receivers, and that's exactly what DeAndre Hopkins is. So I feel like these two teams match up well. I feel like our defensive front can dominate their offensive line. I feel like their defensive front can dominate our offensive line, and I feel like our receivers can dominate their secondary, and I feel like their receivers can dominate our secondary. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. The key for the Texans on defense is you got to set the edge. You got to play disciplined, because you never know when Tyreek Hill's going to get the ball in an end around. He can get it and take it all the way. So Whitney Merciless to Davion Clowney, you got to play disciplined. Another thing, Alex Smith also runs that little option. So again, discipline. And those little small little, what do they call it, shuffle passes to Kareem Hunt, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. They did a lot with Travis Kelce. Those, they use those a lot. So again, discipline. I think the key for the Texans is discipline. Now, Andy Reid is one of the best head coaches in the NFL without a doubt. The guy is an offensive genius. He's a mastermind. And I'm not sure if our defense, the way it's been playing, can hold up. And I'm not sure our offensive line can hold up against the Chiefs' defensive front. So it's going to be a pretty interesting game. I feel like this game could honestly go either way. I feel like our defense could take it over. I feel like their defense could take it over. But the key for a Texans win is going to have to be, as I said, discipline. Stay disciplined. Don't let any of that Mariota bullshit that happened last week happen again against the Chiefs, because the Chiefs are far more dangerous than the Titans. And also, pressure Alex Smith. I still have little doubts about Alex Smith. I feel if you were to get enough pressure on him, he would force some passes and probably get picked off. We could probably sack him and get a strip sack. Last time we played them here in Houston, I think he turned the ball over 4 times. So there's that. But you also got to consider that was before the emergence of Tyreek Hill, and before they drafted Kareem Hunt, and before Alex Smith started playing how he's playing right now. So there's that. And of course, you got to consider, we did that with Brock Osweiler. We have Deshaun Watson now, who's a totally different quarterback. And this is on Sunday night, Watson's first big game And what I've heard is that Watson is at his best when the lights are at its brightest. So there's that you gotta consider. You gotta consider as well that the Chiefs are coming off a Monday Night Football game, a physical one too, and they travel to Houston. So they get less time to prepare, less time to rest. The Texans get more time to prepare. So there is that. The Chiefs are 4-0, the Texans are 2-2. This game could honestly go either way, and I think this game is going to be decided by a last-second field goal. I'm going to leave it at that. They have a rookie kicker who is not that experienced. Not much is known about him. I mean, those are direct quotes from Andy Reid. He said he didn't know much about him. Last week he went, I think it was 2 for 3. So he made 2, including the game winner, and he had missed the first one. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be a really close game, but I'm gonna call it and say 31-30. Chiefs win on the game-winning field goal for the second straight week. So those are my thoughts on this Kansas City game, the outcome of it. Make sure to comment down below what you think the outcome's going to be, and make sure to like and subscribe. And thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.